What is it that makes your heart race? What is it that sends chills down your spine? What monster lurks in the grainy black and white shadows, poised to attack? This season, on Keystone Copycats, we explore the darkness at the heart of cinema with Fritz Lang's M. Hello and welcome to Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach. I, of course, am your host Zach, and he, of course, your other host.
What happens?
Shut up!
When you toast
Shut
a
up!
flame? What happens when you burn a speech? What happens?
Toast a flame?
I reversed them.
What does that mean?
I dropped it and reversed it.
What happens when you toast a flame?
I meant to say burn
Flame
a
a
flame.
toast. Flame a toast.
A cheers. Fuck. I messed it up.
What happens when you toast a flame? Here's to you, Campfire Man. We love you.
It's me. It's me. It's Bucky Breathtaker.
Bucky Breathtaker?
That was my original one until I heard that intro.
Is that your,
What is this?
Is that your wrestling name?
Bucky Breathtaker?
Bucky Breathtaker?
It could be.
You're like a beaver. You're like a beaver serial killer.
No, that's more of a porn name.
The Beaver Strangler, Bucky Breathtaker.
Oh my god! So, I was worried I didn't have enough notes going in here, and then I saw something. I was like, "Ooh, thank God the universe gave me something," because I didn't think I was going to come in with enough. And then something else happened. You know in Wizard of Oz when the
blowing up a wabba. Yeah, I know that.
You know when the scarecrow, when they're about to go into the witch's castle or whatever, and they're all sneaking in, and the guys jump from behind them, the soldiers, and they're like, "Oh!" and then like parts of things are flying in the air, like real comical, like
throw me over there.
And, like the bow from the Cowardly Lion like shoots up, and his tail shoots off, and like all this stuff just flying in the air. Well, I saw that. I was sitting at the stoplight.
You saw a person
and
doing that?
I just see these cups fly into the air. And then I see a phone follow it and fly in the air. I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? Someone because I was immediately like, oh, that's from Wizard of Oz. I was like, what's going on over there? And then people get out their phones, and I'm like, oh, I must be doing some kind of production.
World Star.
Yeah, some people start rushing over. I'm like, oh, they're doing some kind of theatrics over there. And that slowly creep up, and I got my phone out, and I'm like, oh, I want to see what's going on. Well, people just got hit by a car.
Oh, Jesus.
It was way different than what I thought, but I'm thinking, like, how slow was the reaction that the phone shot up way after the milkshakes?
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, that's
it.
That's the end of it, because I was like, ooh, I have my phone out recording, like, ooh, this is going to be cute. Some kind of, on-street play.
Now, okay.
She didn't get up, by the way.
I don't know what's cute about it. Now, I'm going to say that. Like, what?
Well, he got up.
Because I assumed there was, like, a fight happening.
Well, no, I mean, you wouldn't throw your milkshakes for a fight. No, what are you like, oh, fuck this is so important?
Yeah.
No, you set it down, and you're like, all right, bro.
No, someone knocked it out of his hand.
What, two? He had two?
Yeah.
Oh.
Double-fisted milkshakes like you do.
What you thought was happening is he was double-fisting some milkshakes. Someone just slapped both. It says, it's on. And then he goes, oh, you're right, it's on, and then throws his own phone in the air.
No, he pulls his phone out of his pocket. I'm going to call someone on you. And then he knocks it out of that, too. Yeah. That's his move. That's that guy's move.
Nothing about that car strike got any, like, it just didn't make sense how the props went up in the air. All I know is that there was a woman, like, there was a big crowd gathering because the woman was not getting up, and the guy was, running around the car trying to figure out what to do. And I guess everyone's calling 911, not like, ooh, look, a theater production.
Yeah.
And all I know is the old woman that was driving the car had her hands at 10 and 2 and was looking around like, I don't understand. Like, it was very
My hands are at 10 and 2. I don't see how anything could have gone wrong.
She was looking like what? Who? Someone hit someone? Like, whoa! Like, hope everyone's okay. It was a mammoth of a car. Like, there's no way she didn't.
It's an old Buick.
There's no way she didn't hit anybody. Like, it had to have been that she hit the first person, the drinks went in the air, and then she hit the other person later down the road.
She's like, She's like, I can't believe I'm hitting a second person today this early. Huh.
Oh man!
Do you remember that kid that we went to high school with?
Here's the thing.
who
I did
had
come
a
back.
milkshake thrown on him out of a car.
Yeah, I did come back 20 minutes later, and everyone was gone. So I guess
They're all dead.
I was gonna say, somehow in my mind, I'm like, oh, then they're okay. I'm like, or they just collected the body.
Yeah, they scooped him up, swept him up with a little dustpan.
I don't remember the milkshake though.
Well, you don't remember the kid getting hit with a milkshake?
No, I don't.
So there was a girl that my older sister was friends with, and this kid who was like in your grade like would like hit on her and like all this stuff. And so her boyfriend driving down the street one day saw this kid and had a full milkshake and just threw it on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just pegged it with it.
Oh, man. I see. Back to it, though. I just don't think I'd waste a milkshake because those things are expensive.
They are.
Even back in the day, they were $5.
Even in 2004,
Something.
3, 2, I don't know. One of those
One.
years. Blast off the millennium.
What I was going to say.
Yeah?
What I was really going to start the show with before that happened.
Bucky Breathtaker.
Was, so
You got a beaver you want rubbed out? I'm your man.
I saw some ninjas.
You're a beaver hitman.
I saw some ninjas.
Okay.
So I was driving from Kentucky. I was in my normal spot where the donkeys are. And I'm driving in the street, and
It's like a wormhole.
a truck's coming towards me, and something's in the back. It was just a regular pickup truck. And I'm like, that looks like fucking people. Oh, that's fucking people. There's two people in the back of the truck standing up with their hands up.
Sure. Did
And I
they
was
jump
like-
on you and get you?
I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this beaver is stupid as fuck. And what I realized was they were spray painted black. They were mannequins. And I'm like, holy shit. But they were dressed like ninjas in their poses. So
Well, Halloween is coming up.
No. I think what happened is they were assassins. They were going to kill the guy in the truck, but then they noticed another car was coming, so they froze. Like how the Ninja Turtles do. In some of the movies, they're like, if we just stand still, somehow they won't see us anymore. I think I caught them in Assassination. It might not have been mannequins, Zach. Could have been anything.
It might have been
Turtles.
mannequins.
That was.
Do you like that?
That was my adventures driving here.
Yeah.
Within 2 hours' time, that happened.
So how you do it?
I'm better than that one woman. I know that.
Driver?
She was
or the
very
milkshake
much
carrier?
on the ground. But you know what she did? She did have green hair, and I was like, I wonder if that's the same homeless woman I talked about. That had the streak that decided, hey, let's just put the streak in. Well, that's what
Think
happened.
she went all green?
That's
or-
what happened. Is she went all green, and everyone's like, oh, go.
Yeah, go ahead and hit me with your
Go
car.
ahead and
Yeah.
run me over.
That's perfect. I love it.
So, because I know that was a stupid joke, but because it was clearly a senile old woman driving the car, maybe she did. Maybe
she
she
did think
saw
that.
green and just thought, okay,
Not so far off after all.
floating green light. Here we go.
That green light sure is bobbing along, carrying milkshakes. I don't know. I don't know.
What happened with you?
A street near my house like erupted yesterday.
Oh, I saw it.
It was like
Was it a hydrant?
I have no idea what happened. It was just like under the middle of the street was like so much pressure that it had like bubbled up like 1.5 feet, and
Yeah.
it was just brown water spewing down the road. And we're like, all right.
Yeah. No, I always tell people, I'm like, it's crazy because you don't realize how much water pressure
Yeah.
is really like in even like a 1-inch line. But I'm like, when those things burst, they like shoot over your roof.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always like, oh no, to work on them is crazy. It's really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
Like the 6-inch ones, because they could just blow a
bet,
fucking
man.
hole through you. Like
Yeah.
it's nuts. Like there's a couple of videos out there where people tried the live taps where they're like core drilling into them, and it's supposed to have an adapter so it doesn't go, like as soon as it breaks through it seals it up.
Yeah.
But there's plenty that go wrong where the guy just blows out of the hole. Like it's like, oh my god, yeah, it's fucking terrifying. That's why whenever I do excavations and I'm down in the water and I'm like, well, this is insane. It could knock over the excavator.
Yeah, I don't work in a dangerous field like you.
Well, I don't always.
I'm like,
I'm not like hunting for 'em.
if I shoot this bride the wrong way, I'm gonna fly 30 feet in the air somehow.
I'm gonna have a piece of metal shot through the back of my fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I should.
Oh no. If my focus isn't right, I'll be dead.
Speaking of things flying, I was in Lowe's the other day, and I just caught the tail end of a conversation. These
Sure.
two guys that were standing in my way, so I was trying to go around them, but they
Can't
weren't really
get any butter.
they weren't really seeing me. That was somewhere else. It wasn't Lowe's. I was trying to get around them, and I just hear some guy go, "Yeah, so we just need a couple guys to stand on the end of it, I guess." And I'm like,
Oh,
And
and you're like, I better stay near because I need to know what they're talking
I
about.
went by, and immediately my brain went, "Oh, I'm making a catapult." Because anytime you're trying to well, I guess we just need to get a couple guys now. Like that's the only way we can really test this thing out.
They're trying to launch a piano.
But so what he said, the guys are going to stand on it. They didn't say that we need some guys to jump on it. They said need some guys to stand on it.
How many
They're
guys do
trying
you
to
think you
see.
would need to launch a piano?
They have the
with
piano.
just like a seesaw.
They have the piano. It's like apparently like resting precariously on a boulder over a board, and they're like, you know what we need? We just need some guys to stand on the end
to
of
stabilize it. We'll get the guy out there. He'll play a couple of songs. He'll hop off, and then we'll be done. We'll let it drop.
We'll shoot those guys that we had to find.
Yeah.
What else could he have been talking about that he just needs a couple guys to stand on the end of it? You could get anything to rest on the end of it.
He's
like,
talking about a line. They want to buy movie tickets.
to make the film seem
Stand
successful.
on the end of it. It's a line. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because if you had a bunch of pianos.
Well, no, because they want to see the movie.
No, they want.
So they need to get the tickets.
He made a movie. He wants to make it seem like it's a big seller, like people are waiting for it. And the pianos he put in line aren't working. They're just
No, people just play them. It's weird.
they're distracting the audience from going in to watch a shitty movie.
Yeah. So how you doing? You got any fast food stories?
Let me look
You
over.
always do. Don't lie to me. You bastard.
No, the closest thing I have to a fast food story is that
I catapulted a sandwich and it went so
now
fast.
I opened the door, I was cleaning out my van, and all these, I realized I got a problem. All these Starbucks stir sticks came pouring out the door.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh, shit, better get rid of them. I don't want anyone to think, see how much Starbucks I drink. So I gathered them all up and then placed them 2 foot away in the trash. And I'm like,
Well, those are getting expensive.
trash is such a weird concept because I'm like, oh, can't put them there. We'll put them right here, right next to it. I don't like it.
Wait,
it doesn't make any sense. I think trash should be buried.
Have you ever seen those public trash cans that it's a huge I don't know 10 by 10 by 10 cube under the ground, and it's just attached to the.
Is that are you being serious?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really cool. And that's how they empty it out. Is it's basically an underground dumpster under the sidewalk, and it's just a
Makes sense.
a trash can that's like a compactor, so it'll take
so,
more and
yeah,
more,
so
and then every now and then they come by and they have to take it out.
So stray cats or dogs or the homeless when they sleep down in there, they're like, oh, let's just get rid of them.
Why would they sleep down in there? Why would anyone?
it's warm.
Why would anyone look at a trash can and go, you know what? I'm gonna climb into that trash can because it's not a dumpster.
Raccoons
it's a trash
do it all
can.
the time. Why is that
Not
so
people.
stupid?
Not people. People.
Raccoons are just the trash of people. I mean, wait, hang on.
Pardon?
Homeless people are just raccoons.
No, we're not going down
Raccoons of
this
people.
road. We're
No,
not
they're
going down
scavengers.
this
They're
road.
natural scavengers.
You're a scavenger.
That's not been
More than anyone I've
that's
ever met.
Not been exactly.
Yeah, why'd you come into my house wearing that little bandit mask, huh?
Well, it makes me look good.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
I saw the ninjas and got jealous and decided that I didn't want to.
Ooh, I better put my bandit mask on while I'm driving.
Well, I wanted to be part of it. I don't want to miss out. YOLO.
So, what if, do you think anyone during COVID, went into a store with, a Lone Ranger mask and was like, I'm wearing a mask?
Yeah, they did.
No.
You know how stupid
I knew
the
guy
mask
who
got.
wore the kabuki demon mask.
The incel.
Yes.
I've been hearing that word nonstop this week, and I'm just because I always thought you were just lying when you said that.
No, it's a
the whole
thing.
time, because I listened to that episode a couple times, and every time you got to that part, I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. And I keep hearing it. I've heard it twice this week, and then while I was driving in, it was on another podcast, and someone goes, well, hang on, what the fuck is an incel? And then he explains it, I go, oh, shit, so that is the definition, huh? I'm like, that's
involuntary
so weird.
celibate. It means no one will have sex with
fucking
them.
losers.
Yeah, they're celibate because they suck.
But you know why? It just doesn't seem
But those are the people who are
seem
I'm a nice guy. They should want to be with me.
It doesn't seem like there should be a word for that. It should just be fucking loser.
Well, no, but it's fun to label things
I
as
guess.
you talked about in the first episode of this season.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you wanted to label humans like the blind man who had a sign that said blind.
Oh, well, yeah, for slow people to keep them safe.
Or incels.
People that have bad knees.
Or like you. Or incels.
I do have bad knees.
Like you.
But I'm not slow.
Mm.
I'm there. I'm with it. I'm hip.
Uh-huh.
Except my bad hip. My bad hip does go out every so often. I now have like parts that creak and my back's going out. I'm 36 and I shouldn't be having this much problem with my body.
No.
I think it's from all those explosions from the hydrants.
The
like
first couple times you flew 15 feet up in the air was fun, but then the next 100 really sucked.
I said something because like my back was in a lot of pain, and my fiance is a nice person, so she was making sure I was okay.
Sure.
From it. And she goes, I was like, well, I've always had a bad tailbone. It might be broken. I'm not sure. She goes, well, we should have it checked out. Have you ever done anything to it? I was like, no. Well, I flipped off a roof and landed on it once. And she goes, yeah, that'd probably do it. I said, oh. Then like a month later, I jumped off the roof and missed the table and landed 10 foot down on my ass. And she goes, yeah, that would also probably do it. So I started listing off all the things I did when I was backyard wrestling. I was like, maybe all of those things is when I did it.
So weird. I wonder what happened.
There was a lot of 6-foot falls, like off the ladder, because that was the plan. Is you climb up the ladder and you get knocked off, and I'm like, yeah, I did a lot. Like it was a lot of I fell 6 foot onto my back and ass.
You gotta find those videos.
No, they're destroyed.
Are they?
I for certain don't have them. I have the only copies.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
What a
XBW
bummer.
baby.
XBW.
Yeah, Extreme Backyard Wrestling, of course. It started with an X.
Sure.
That was a badass.
Sure.
In my tank top and my pantyhose arm covers.
Yeah.
To be Jeff Hardy so bad.
You still do. Don't pretend like you don't anymore. You love him.
I am getting an undercut.
Oh, boy.
Not going to lie.
Are you? For your wedding?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have the green streak and everything.
Nice.
Green means hit me a little bit.
Green means go with your car.
Go ahead and marry me.
With your car.
What'd you do?
And I'll drop my milkshakes.
I think I'm out. I didn't write enough down.
Well,
I told you I didn't have much this week.
You don't do anything.
No, I do.
You're a loser.
Well, no, I got a haircut from your sister earlier.
Yeah.
And she was like, I said something. She goes, "You want me to wash your hair?" I said, "Yeah." And she was like, "What? Like you said you already washed it?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You didn't. It's very brown. Like it's very brown water. Like what product do you use?" I said, "Oh, it was pressure washing." She goes, "What?" I was like, "I was pressure washing mud, and it's probably in my hair." She goes, "Okay, well, those words don't make any sense." But
I agree.
If you roll the footage, I was pressure washing the mud because I'm digging this big old fire pit.
Oh, so you're like cutting out mud with it. That's actually smart, yeah.
Because it saves your back from all the raking, because clearly you found out I had back problems. So it's pressure washing mud, but like to me, I'm like, yeah, it's pressure washing mud. And like I left it, I just let it sit. Like, yeah, of course. Like why? That's why my hair's so muddy today.
Very interesting. So you woke up, took a shower, washed your hair, and
went
outside and pressure washed mud.
This is not the first time I've been told you didn't really wash, though, did you?
So my sister,
because every one of my wives has been like, "Did you really wash though?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're always like, "Yeah, Chris has to be groomed. He thinks he groomed.
Yeah, you gotta clean him.
But
clean him up. Get that big scrub brush. Rub him down.
Well, it's because I hang out in those trash bins because they're so cozy with my raccoon friends.
Yeah.
Looking for treasures.
So my sister said that she's a hairdresser, and she said that 9 times out of 10 when she does like haircuts for men and she's like, let's wash your hair, 9 times out of 10 they're like, oh, I already washed it, because they think like, they're being helpful.
Yeah.
And I realized, I learned,
when you say
you're not being helpful.
No, when they say, do you want to wash, it's because your hair's nasty.
Because they want to wash your hair. Yeah. Because it needs it, and it's going to make it easier for her to cut it and do it.
Now I know that.
So I know that now.
I know that. Not with her. I know that. I still don't do it because I'm like, no, I'm in a hurry. Just fucking cut it. Like
I like a good hair wash at the salon.
And now it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like I'm like, listen, this doesn't feel bad, but I don't think this is right. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah. I also, when my sister cuts my hair, I just like, I get in like a mode of like asking the weirdest questions, and I don't know why. I'm just like looking around, and I'm just
be a real creep around your
sister. No, I'm just asking her stuff, and then like after the like one of the first times at her like newer salon that she works at, her like one of her coworkers was like, "Your client was funny today," and she's like, "That's my brother," and he's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Because I just go and I'm like, just thinking of whatever dumb shit I can. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're
Nice.
pleased with yourself.
I really am.
Hey, here's a question. This
Okay.
this came up the other day. I don't know how you feel about it.
Green means go.
So let's just say you're at an event.
Okay.
And everyone has their own chair that they brought kind of thing.
That's weird, but okay.
Okay. So if somehow a woman's chair became unavailable and the husband doesn't get up and say, "Oh, take my chair," is it okay for that woman to sit in my chair that I offered? This happened the other day. Someone didn't have a chair. I offered mine. I said, "Oh, you can use my chair."
What happened to her chair?
Someone took it.
Someone stole her chair?
No, a kid took it. So then I felt like, I'm like, oh, well, then I'll be a gentleman, because that's what you're supposed to do to any lady is, "Oh, you don't have a chair. Here's my chair." But she refused, and I was told later, "Oh, no, it's because it's not okay to do. Because you're not the husband."
Here's the thing.
So they feel uncomfortable taking your seat because the husband should have done that.
You made the husband look bad.
Yeah, fuck
He's
him.
an ass.
No, that wasn't my. But my point was, it wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
It was just, "Oh, you need a seat. Here's my seat."
Okay, it depends greatly on what the event was. Like, do you need a seat
Be
for the
there
event?
for an hour, yeah.
Or is it okay to stay? Oh, is it like a soccer game?
Something.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I would. I don't think you did anything wrong here.
It was a concert. So
A concert.
But
like
you're
a
gonna do that for,
children's
like, an hour.
concert or
No.
like a real
no,
like
it's an outdoor thing.
concert that you would like pay money to go to.
Yeah, it was an outdoor thing.
That doesn't explain anything. Of course it's an outdoor thing. You're not bringing your own chair to an indoor thing.
You might.
Everyone knows that it's outdoors when you
Okay.
brought a chair
I started
to it.
worrying that you didn't know where we were in this scenario.
You're like, well, we
The
were
whole-
camping.
Okay,
It was
so-
outdoors.
So your stance is no, because I shouldn't have offered it.
No, I'm saying you didn't do anything wrong. You offered, and that was a nice thing to do. But also, I don't know, man. I don't love sitting for that kind of thing. It just depends,
Gotcha.
you know?
Well,
so.
the person wanted to sit down. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah, then, like, the husband should have done it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Do you know these people?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
Does the husband hate you now?
Oh yeah, probably.
Did he already?
Because he looked over his shoulder at me, and I'm like, well, I mean, you should have done that, dude. Sorry that you suck. But there's still plenty of time to recover.
Was it her kid
it's-
that took the chair?
You could have got up and been like, all right, I'll do it, or like, oh no, I just sorry, I wasn't paying attention. No, here's my. There's many ways you could have.
Yeah,
recovered.
you play it off.
Yeah.
We know all about it.
Or just fine. I don't want to get showed up by this cuck.
I don't want to get chair cucked
Yeah.
at this concert, this
I had-
outdoor concert.
My thing was, because we were talking about it, I'm like, no, she should have said, "Oh, thank God," because my shitty husband didn't offer. I'm like, that's how I would have handled it. Like, oh yeah, totally.
There is also, like-
you want to go bang?
There is
later?
also like backstory that we might not know.
No.
Like maybe before they left, he's like, "Hey, make sure to bring that extra chair because that kid's always taking your chair." And she's like, "No, it's not a big deal. It's fine." Like there's also that could have happened. And in that scenario, no fucking way I would give my chair to that person who wouldn't bring the extra chair.
You mean like the time you wouldn't give your son a gun
Yeah.
because he fucked up
He didn't. He
by
just wouldn't.
not knowing
He just
that it was
wouldn't
broken?
talk to anybody. I was like, dude, go
It's
talk
your
to the
job
guy. No, it isn't.
as the father.
He's 15
The
years old. It's his
father.
job.
No, he's got no jobs. This is not ancient Greek.
He had a
Greece.
band competition this weekend,
Greece.
and
Say Greece.
it was at his high school, which is 30 minutes away from my house. So
Which is your responsibility
so-
to bring him there.
So I got him up. I brought him. He had to be there at 7:45 in the morning. Cool, no problem. But then I had to drive downtown, which is another 35 minutes, to return a lens that I borrowed.
Oh, they're gonna say some videotape.
To return some videotapes. I must have been returning some videotapes. But I get down there, drop the lens off, get a call. Hey, I forgot my band shirt. Can you bring it to
as
me?
You're the father, it's your responsibility to bring that to him.
Let me tell you what he said to me
What is that?
right before we walked out the door. Ooh, I got to run upstairs and get my shirt. He goes upstairs, gets a different shirt.
It's pretty good.
So I had to drive to his high school 3 times that day.
My son finally felt abandonment from me because I was like, I'm gonna go to Lowe's. Do you want to go? The same thing I found about the same day I found about the catapult. He's gonna go to Lowe's. You want to come? He goes, yeah, I think I will. So he's on his phone. He goes, well, I have to go get something downstairs. I said, okay. So he goes in there, and he's always on his phone. Goes in there, so I wait about a minute, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Like, there's plenty of people here. It doesn't matter if I leave. So I'm driving down the driveway, like, whatever, and you see him run out and then waving his phone like he's freaking out. And he goes, what are you doing? I said, well, why'd you take so long? He goes, because I was on my phone. I'm like, I was like, yeah. I was like, you ever do it again? I'd leave you. And it was like, oh my God, like, I better get off my phone. Like, my dad's just gonna be like, we're at the Grand Canyon, and I'm like, oh, on my phone, huh? Taking pictures.
All right, Joe Dirt.
Remember this? And I take off. Yeah, that is Joe Dirt. That is how that happened.
You just Joe Dirted your son.
Oh, whoops.
Well, give him a mullet. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess what we have to do now.
Let me ask you a question about Joe Dirt. So he has like his skull exposed, and they like attach a wig, a mullet wig.
No.
That is canon.
Mean, sure, attach. They put it on.
They attach it to his.
It grows in. That's the premise.
Regardless,
that's why I can't take it off.
He loses the mullet wig, and they replace it with a dread wig.
Yeah, Rasta.
Is that like supposed to be better, or is it just a joke? And why is that movie?
Are you asking?
Is what I want to know.
If something in Joe Dirt was supposed to be not serious. Yeah. The whole movie. It's the only David Spade movie I'll watch, though. I will say that.
You don't watch Tommy Boy?
It's because he doesn't know that he's such a dumbass. No, I don't watch Tommy Boy. I just don't like him. But it's because it's the only time David
Spade.
I just said it and I forgot it. It's the only time David Spade doesn't realize he's an asshole. I'm sorry, that he's a jackass.
I think Joe Dirt works on that level, and Tommy Boy works on the level of he's such a dick, and he plays into it so well.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy Boy's good. It's a good movie. Well, this week we're talking about Tommy Boy.
I got bad news. We got to talk about the summer of '84.
Yeah, we do.
Spoiler. This movie fucking sucked.
Oh, I disagree.
I knew you were going to like it, and I'm like...
I've seen it before. I liked it.
Oh, you watched it twice. Yeah, I was literally watching, I go, the worst part is, like, Zach's going to fucking like this movie, this shitty fucking movie.
Well, I would love to hear
because it tricks you. One of my notes is, this movie wants to be good. It's really trying to be a good movie. It just doesn't land at all.
Okay.
As it's progressing, I'm like, okay, if there's no swerve or a very interesting turn about how they're going to reveal that he actually is the murderer, I'm like, this movie just fucking sucks. And multiple times, it sucked, but it could have just left. It could have stopped and went, okay, whatever. It wasn't a great movie. It then became a bad movie when it's like, hang on, but what about if we keep not doing the end and keep doing a cliffhanger like it's about to be the end, but it's not? Like,
that only happened once. It's
twice.
Not Lord of the Rings here.
Happened twice. When they were looking at the window, that was a perfect time to go, will they catch them? They just have to. That's where it should have been like, roll credits, fuck it, let it be, whatever.
Wait.
It ends up doing that anyway. Oh, he got away, but what if? When's he gonna come back? Blah blah blah.
Oh no, I like that ending.
Oh,
it's so dark.
No,
it's so dark.
He should have blinded him. He should have taken the knife and he goes, "I'm gonna give you something to remember me," and cut his eyes out or whatever, and been like, "Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah." That would have been a holy shit. Yeah,
Okay.
I never know when he's gonna come back. You're right. I fucking know when he didn't do anything because. I'm like, he's got to leave a mark. He's got to do something.
Cut like his ligament.
He's got to do like a Baby Driver, like fucking. I'm gonna take away the thing you love because you ruined my life. Something, and he doesn't. I'm like, whatever.
He did cut his ankle, like his tendon in the back of his ankle.
But he got healed from that. Because I was thinking when he was limped away,
he's got a little thing on it. He's got a little brace on it.
It's not the same thing as...
Looks like he's wearing a sock riding a bike.
It's not the gangs in New York, I'm going to make you remember me forever by putting this burn mark on you.
He cut his own eye out.
Oh, and then gives it to him.
Because it looked away.
Oh, no.
Talking about Bill the Butcher here.
I know, I'm talking about Leo, when he burns Leo.
Never heard of him.
DeCap?
Who?
Talking about DeCap?
Huh.
No.
Oh, Leon!
I thought you meant like the killer plucks his eye out. He's like, here, you'll
Take
remember
this.
me now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be into that too. Don't let it rot. I don't know where to get
So,
formaldehyde, but get some.
One big problem I had the entire time with the dirt was like, if you're getting rid of a body, you need less dirt.
They're silly. Like that doesn't make sense, but that's kid logic.
I do like clearly not a gardener. Those plants suck. Like,
Yeah.
so whatever. All
right, give us a synopsis,
Okay.
and then we'll get into this because
Then we'll
I would
shit
love
all
to
over
hear
this.
some more about why you don't like this movie.
When a neighborhood kid suspects his neighbor might be a serial killer, he and his friends begin an investigation that soon turns dangerous.
So here's the thing that I liked about this movie.
Okay.
I
liked it at first. I
you
thought
think
it was cool.
I love the tone of it. The
Yes.
tone is incredible. It looks great. The music is awesome. Great spooky 80s synth music. It works really well.
Yes, but besides Stranger Things, I'm trying to think something else to compare it to, like the.
It's like John Carpenter.
Okay.
That's what Stranger Things is trying to do.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is John Carpenter music.
What other John Carpenter movies?
I mean, Halloween,
Freddy.
The Thing. No, that's Wes Craven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But John Carpenter
Jack.
scores his own movies. Like he does the
Like
music.
with a knife.
No.
Like he's like fucked up with the film. He's like, I'll put my name on it. They're like, John,
JC.
John, you fucked it up again.
John, reshoot.
He's not understanding it.
So one of the things I liked about this movie a lot, and why I wanted to do it, like having seen it before, is
I can't believe you've seen this and you put this on the list.
Yeah, that's why. Because I thought it was good.
You're fucking dumb.
And doesn't it? Okay, but tell me this: doesn't it have a really similar vibe to Clove Hitch Killer?
I was bummed at how I wouldn't say it ranked high. I also thought this was not going to rank high. So I've been wrong multiple times this season with how high they're going to rank going into this.
I think Clove Hitch Killer is a better movie.
Even after, absolutely. Even after the movie, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to go well. And I go through the list and I go, oh fuck.
Oh wow, there is a lot here.
Yeah.
They check a lot.
No. Halfway through the movie, I started giving up hope. But the first half, I was like, okay, I like what they're doing. I said, this is interesting. This is believable. But you know when it lost me is around the halfway mark. I went, oh, fuck, you know what this is when they're digging up the yard? I go, this is The Burbs. This is the not good version of The Burbs.
What do you mean?
With Tom Hanks. When they think it's the house.
I guess
and then
it's been such a long time.
They're digging in the yard, and everyone suspects them, and then it ends up being them. And I'm like, oh, shit. That's why one of the reasons I didn't like it. I'm like, this is a not funny The Burbs.
Well, okay, so here's one of the
But with
reasons
kids.
that I really enjoyed it is I love the whole like idea of the kid suspects the neighbor of being the serial killer, and then
oh, the fucking binoculars is pretty great.
That was
when he's looking and all of a sudden pops in. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be him unless somehow.
But they really play it like, oh, they're building it up to make you think it's him, make you think it's him. All the tension stuff.
It was too much to then make it him.
No, but then like the ending of like the kid at the festival like calling and saying it's not him, definitely not him.
Well, at that point we knew it was him.
Right. Like
it wasn't good enough to go, oh, the dirt was really. I'm like, nope, not enough. Like, it's just stupid. Like, you had plenty of other ways to twist it. I really thought, and I'm not saying this was going to be good.
Yeah.
I really thought they were going to make the girl the killer, or it was going to be one of the other like the dads that are gone. But like, I'm like, even that it wouldn't have been good. I'm like, oh, but that's like okay. Well, then the cop ends up helping them, but then maybe secretly they were in it together. You know, like something where you're like, oh, it's convoluted, but I guess it makes more sense to come back and be like, oh, it was him. You're like,
no,
great,
but the thing about that is I think they're like.
Are we just doing a rear window?
They're subverting the idea of so many movies have done the thing where like the scary guy, the guy you think is the bad guy or the whatever, it turns out to be helpful and is actually a good guy. So many have done that they're like actually subverting that, cliche in this. You know?
I mean, I guess you can get out of it by saying he put the picture up after the kid left, but you're like, so you didn't recognize all those pictures of the kids, and then the one that was you hanging up, you didn't.
That one
realize?
wasn't there yet.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're just gonna toss it in and say, well, that one wasn't there.
Well, it wasn't.
All these
you can look at it.
Different pictures of the kids and the families. You're not like, oh shit, look, this is weird.
No, and he comments on it. That's the whole thing. Oh, you sure got a big family, and he's like, yeah, they don't live around here, and that's one of the things that's like. the hubris of the killer is like putting up the family photos of the murder victims, which is wild.
So when they go down, stupid. When they go down in the hidden room, and then there's the bathtub, and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, why didn't the person that was on the floor grab them first? Like initially, like why did you have 30 seconds?
I don't know. Maybe they were asleep.
Oh my God.
Maybe they were
and
like
also
passed out.
You would smell that shit from a mile away.
Well, they said
the whole house would smell.
Yeah.
Like that. No, it's not good.
I don't know,
Not
man.
well
I think
done.
it smelled great.
Now I do like the casting choice of
Rich Summer.
Of Wayne.
From Mad Men.
Yeah, I mean that's always ever going to be.
He's
from.
so good. Well, he's also in Love. Did you watch Love on Netflix?
First season I did.
Yeah, he's in Love.
I forgot that he was in that.
It's a good show.
He's in something else I liked. That wasn't Mad Men.
He's really good. I like him a lot.
The casting was perfect. I love because once again, like I knew it was going to be him because he's too nice of a guy to not be a creep kind of thing.
He has that. Yeah, he has this like top layer of like. Aw shucks, like, oh, I'm just trying to help out. I'm a cop, I want to help you with like this weird unstable rage underneath.
But there was also some misdirects that you're just like, what didn't really pay off? Like when they were like, oh, he's got a secret car. I'm like, oh, the secret car is tiny where you have a difficult time putting bodies into. Like he had an old bug. You're like, wait, why didn't they?
I don't know.
Why did they choose
that hood
design?
is a trunk.
So
you can put a body right in the front of it.
So you got one of the tiniest cars to abduct people in. It's just little choices like that where I'm like, why wasn't it just a regular sized car? Like that's like, oh, okay, cool. But whatever. Also, they never show like why would he need another car? Like whatever.
Here's what I want to know. We're talking cars.
And also, does he think it's not suspicious just because he dresses like an asshole to run at 11 o'clock at night? I'm like, yeah, there you go. Like that's a big sign right there.
I mean, that's how you run. That's
at 11 o'clock at night.
That's workout gear in the 80s.
No, I know, but at 11 at night.
Do you?
Oh, it's not suspicious because he's dressed like a runner, so it's fine. Normal.
He's going running. No, it is weird. Like that is, but that's the thing that's why it's like if you have any other suspicion of him, that does it. But if he's so above like reproach with everyone because he's a cop and he has a little league team and whatever.
Yeah, it could have been. You can do the same thing, tell the same story, but he leaves in his parole car as a patrol car at 11 every night, and then he swaps vehicles. I'm like, that's more like, oh, well, that's a good reason. He's a cop. He's doing something.
But it'd be weird if he went out. Like if he works, they're following his schedule. So if he's working that morning to come home and then he goes back out in the cop car, it's
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's still weird behavior where it's more believable if you're a cop leaving in the middle of the night to go. I have to go check something.
Yeah, but I do like. I really like I do really think that it's interesting the way that so many of the things that they think are clues are misdirects. The way like the dirt and all that stuff in the car. Like maybe he's abducting people in that car. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Like
I always turned it off when I'm like, all right, when they're at the storage thing and they're behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's creeping up and it's going to be the whole like, oh, are they there? Are they not thing? And they really snuck away. I'm like, I swear to God, if they're in that dumpster, if I'm turning this thing off, like I swear to God, if somehow
if they got in the dumpster,
they got into the dumpster.
No, that's
like,
so loud. That's so loud. There's no way.
Well, you know what though? It's the same thing for the attic door coming down. I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be that quiet. And how did he get Woody out? He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
You want to know? You want to know my theory that I wanted? It was one of their comments when they were like, when they made a comment about how like he could get away with driving because like, well, you look like you're 30. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, the twist is that he's not a teen. He's the killer. And he's really an adult.
That would be wild.
That would have been perfect. I would be like, wild. Oh yeah, well, I would applaud. Like, yeah.
So I've seen that kid in one other thing.
Yeah, he was great.
I've seen that kid in one other thing. It's an Amazon series called Hunters.
Okay,
takes place in the 70s, and it is about these like people who hunt down Nazi war criminals and murder them. And he plays a character whose name in the show is Booty Hole. That is his name.
I could see it.
The show sucks.
Why did they choose to unnecessarily kill him?
I don't know. Way? It's so dark.
Like, we already didn't like him. That's why I was thinking, oh, he's going to do something gruesome to the kid because he clearly cut Woody's throat for kind of no reason.
Well, because he loves killing.
It was.
Why do you even take Woody is the
why
thing.
Why do you take them, drive them out to the woods, and then turn the siren on and be as loud as fucking possible?
Well, it's so they mention it's not like out in the woods. They're on a tidal island. So they're in Ipswich, Massachusetts.
Sure.
So it's like a peninsula that at like high tides becomes an island. Like the road in and out gets covered.
Sure.
So it's like very remote. I don't know, man. It's a psychological game, I guess.
Okay.
Trying to like, get in their heads and I don't know.
Yeah, like you ruined my life, even though it's like, you ruined your own life.
You're a murderer. Like, no one made you be a murderer.
And also, he was really playing it close to the chest, like when he kept coming back and doing something. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, like, if you got away with this, let it be. I'm like, this doesn't seem believable anymore. Like, this went from believable to insanely far-fetched. Like, this is now comical. And then the fucking last line, when he's like, just goes to show you, anyone can live next door to you. Even a serial killer, like, yeah.
Even serial killers have neighbors. And you're like, yeah.
Most do. Like, yeah. It's not new information, dude. They hide in plain sight.
You just don't get it.
I don't. You're right. I fucking don't get this.
Did you watch this with...
This was crap. This was crap because he's like, oh, I owe you money for the newspaper, huh? Well, why don't you come in here and help me move something? It'll be 2 birds. I'd be like, no, if you owe me $2, you now owe me 4 because now I'm helping you move shit. I'm like, that was some crap from the beginning.
I would have been, yeah. I don't know, man.
I didn't like that at all.
It's easy. I think that just shows that it's easy to, like, manipulate kids into, like, doing stuff or coming into your house and, like, especially in the 80s. There's so much, like, okay, here's the thing. There's so much 80s in this that's, like, not true today.
The bikes were so sick.
But also
the ET style bikes.
When the main kid, Dave or whatever, Davey, when he tells his parents, gives them the evidence that he has that, like, the neighbor is a fucking murderer, and they're like, this is bullshit, basically, and they're like, you're going to go over there, you're going to apologize to him and tell him that you think he's a serial killer, which is like, holy shit, that is not okay. Like,
yeah, no one does that.
No, but I feel like that's an old school parent thing,
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that would have happened 40
with
years ago.
Yeah, with shitty parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
oh my God.
So there was we found out that this cop who just framed someone else is actually the killer. Go ahead and go home and sleep alone. Across the board, the parents, the other police, like no WITSEC, no nothing. You're just like, no, you'll be good.
It's the 80s. And I think
So,
that's the answer.
Even the cops, it wasn't Terminator. That was the 80s, and they're like, stay here, and like you have a crazy person killing people, and you're next on the list. Come to the police station and sleep here.
No.
Oh, no. Just no to that. Okay, my bad.
Here's the thing. Terminator takes place after this movie. So they have this as an example.
They're like, listen, Sarah Connor.
Do you remember when that serial killer took those kids out onto the tidal island in Ipswich? Like,
if this is the same universe, then you got to make Wayne the Terminator 2. He was just an early. He's
Robert Patrick.
He was an early prototype, and he didn't understand that you didn't need to torture him; you could just kill him. He's like, oh, I've been dissolving all those bodies.
He loves torturing and killing small boys.
What, the original Terminator?
Both. All of them.
All the Terminators.
They all do. It's their whole thing.
I have a plumber issue with this movie.
Okay.
When there's the big jump scare when they're down in the basement.
Oh, at the water heater?
The water heater bounces, and he goes, oh, yeah, it's just an old water heater. I'm like, that doesn't happen. That's not how that works.
You know what?
Number one, if a water heater were to move to any certain degree, besides rumble or like make a noise, if it were to move to any degree, it's because it explodes. That's what happens with the water heater.
Right.
And the windows shoot out of the house because it's a pipe bomb.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't just bounce around in there. The only time it could do that if it was completely empty and full of pressure.
I think what probably happened, I think what they were probably trying to go for is that, like, Home Alone basement furnace thing. But then they did it with a water heater and didn't, like,
but also did it with an adult down there. The whole thing with Home Alone is that it's coming alive because it's in his head.
Well, no. I'm not saying it's coming alive. I'm saying there is a part of Home Alone where the furnace is just like loud and scary. It's not like, "Rah," like, but that's like, I don't think the water heater does that.
But the mouth of the furnace doesn't open up until later. So
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the first part.
Yeah, but that happens. A furnace does do that when there's expansion.
And I'm saying I think that's what it was going for, but they didn't like.
They might as well have done like a shaky Dutch and go, whoa, like shaky cam, like zooming in, zoom out real fast.
Did it not do that in yours? Did you watch a different version?
Did you recut this?
Did you watch a different version than me?
Could you please, do me a little favor. I know you did the last week for me. Do another one where you go, whoa, and
no, I'm not doing more editing.
Over a still shot.
I made your Lifehouse video.
How about this? No, you didn't do it right. You didn't do it like I asked.
I made it better.
No. I want you to, every jump scare in this movie, just, whoa. And then I'll
and like a little like guitar shred.
Yes, please.
No, I'm not doing that.
Please.
No.
I'll continue doing this show if you do it.
Well, that's not the way to get me to do anything.
Oh, what else?
Oh, boy.
What else? The fucking necklace. The bad kid or whatever the fuck he was. The punk
kid.
Yeah, that fucking necklace with the lock. You're like, oh, sick, bro.
He's badass.
Why did they do it twice when they're like, oh, trouble at home, man? When it didn't go to anything. It didn't lead anywhere. Why did they take the shtick of Woody, who's like, oh, he's having problems at home, and then add the drunk mom that didn't really do anything, and then later on they're like, oh, did you guys miss it? Oh, well, this kid's having problems at home too, and then didn't lead to anything.
No, here's the thing. They're two different reasons, and I totally get like, so the one, the like punk kid, that's just plot as character. Like that's just character development for him.
It's
the other
but
kid.
You don't do that to the audience. You don't make them follow something that doesn't go anywhere unless there's a reason.
It's character development. The reason is developing the character and understanding the character and why he does stuff.
There's still character development that goes along with the story. You don't just add little details that don't go anywhere.
Character is story.
Okay, whatever. I disagree. I think it's bad storytelling. But that sounds like it's up your alley.
But the other kid, the reason they have that is because they show multiple times him wanting to stay over at other kids' houses, which explains why he is then there at the end.
There at the end.
Yeah, at the kid's house, at Davy's house at the end, when the killer is there instead of at home, like why they're sleeping over after this traumatic event. Because but
it could have just been, I'm scared. Will you stay over? Boom. But we're talking about the punk kid.
No, I'm saying, his is just character development. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. And then the other kid, the Woody is his name. Booty Hole is his name.
Yeah, Booty Hole.
The other,
but you know what? Like, even it wasn't just that he died. It's kind of like, oh, okay, you want to sacrifice someone. It was the way they did it too. You're like, oh god, like it wasn't just like
gruesome.
It wasn't just like a stab in the back, like in the kidney,
slit throat,
I'm saving you for later, even though he still dies or some shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh god, like, all
yeah.
right. It just doesn't seem believable that he would leave the body kind of dissolving in the bathtub, which we know from Breaking Bad. How would he get through that tub, by the way?
No. It wasn't sulfuric acid.
Oh, what was it?
It was sodium hydroxide, which is not an acid, but it will, like, liquefy organic matter.
Okay, so there's multiple kinds that we can
do. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't like, just watch Dahmer, or not all of Dahmer, but a lot of Dahmer. Yeah. Like, what? I skipped the beginning, but, like...
Oh, of course, because you don't need that.
I did my middle to the end thing that I normally do. But I know the story. But I don't like that they're drawing a lot of attention to how to get rid of bodies, because I'm like, oh, you're ruining it for us. Like,
just eat them.
The people that need to get rid of bodies, you're fucking this up. Quit making it so public, stupids. They're like showing the fucking, the tricks. This is like when magic got revealed when we were young.
Oh, the masked magician.
Yeah, it's fucking it all up. And now that's why we have no wonder anymore.
Yeah,
Whereas like it's destroyed.
I was wondering, but then I remember that I couldn't because we don't have any.
Do you remember the unveiling of that magician and no one knew who he was?
Yeah, so he was just some random.
We were still like,
didn't matter.
Okay. Like at the end, we'll reveal who he is, and it wasn't anyone. It was just like, I just wanted you to know, so magicians work harder to surprise. And you're like, Huh. Why did that stay with me, by the way? Why do I remember that?
I don't remember that.
The ending of that fucking
It's very
TV
impactful
show.
for you. No, here's the thing though.
He looks so innocent and
Like
wide-eyed.
I get where like he wants to like wear a mask and hide because the whole thing of like, oh, you'll be like kicked out of the like whatever.
You mean they can be kicked out of? What's Job's magazine?
Oh, like the Magic Alliance or whatever. But like, no, it is like, yeah, you'll get kicked out of like your union or whatever if you reveal tricks, like you're breaking the code or whatever. So I get it, but
so
like,
you think it was a magical swap at the end where they just pull in some mark? Like, oh no, he wasn't really him.
Yeah,
It could
was
have been
Urkel.
David Copperfield. Urkel.
Yeah, it was Urkel.
Steve Urkel.
Yeah, the character
Yeah, I was gonna say from
Family
I almost
Matters.
said Happy
That's
Days.
right.
Well, those were Happy
Happy
Days.
Matters. Family Days. Yeah.
Carl.
Okay.
She sounded like-
That was bad.
What do you mean?
No, it was good. I liked it. But okay. So here's the thing. I think and you don't like the ending. You don't like the.
I think it turned it from a whatever movie to a bad movie.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think it
That
elevates
decision.
it. I think the ending is really interesting because it takes the I don't know, man. This like 80s style movie, you know, it's like it's like making like an Amblin style horror movie, and then but it doesn't give you a happy ending.
He was more terrifying when you didn't know. When he was, I don't admit it to myself kind of thing. If he would have disappeared and it was he believed that he wasn't this guy, that's way more interesting than I'm actually crazy and
Well, no, but then it's even more ambiguous because it's like, oh, maybe he somehow didn't do it or what, like, and I think that's, I don't know.
that.
I don't. I like he's the killer, but he's getting away and you got to look over your shoulder the rest of your life. I think that's really haunting.
Well, they just zoom out there like, oh, of course they'll catch him. He just has to, and they zoom out from the window.
And then it's him with a telescope looking.
And you see the ladder thing come down then, and footsteps come down. I don't know, something like that.
So what are you cutting out there? Oh, you're saying that's the ending,
Yeah.
is the ladder comes down and
Yeah.
you think, yeah, no, I don't know. I really like the idea of.
No, I'm saying what completely lost. I thought it wasn't a great movie halfway through. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is stretching, and I know it's going to be him and whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. But when it was kind of pulling back from the window, and it was him. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. They're gonna leave it be. Like, did he get away? Did he not? And that was a perfect time for the credits to roll. So when the ladder came down, I'm like, well, that's okay. This is now getting stupid. But then when he abducts him, I'm like, this is shitty. This is shitty. And then the sirens on, I'm like, this is a bad movie. But like I said, early on, I said, oh, this wants to be a good movie. It's trying to be a good movie.
I think it
just know
works.
where it's going.
I think it works, but you know where it's
better
going.
A better movie would have been Woody's actually an adult hanging out with these kids.
No.
So, I don't know. My fiance had an idea.
Did she watch it?
Yeah,
with you?
she had an idea where she goes like, oh, like I think the reveal is going to be that like his son was killed, and like just like from the other episode, like his son was killed, and he'll actually help them at the end, like with the killer or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting idea. I had to bet against it, so I was like, no, I don't want that to happen. But I'm like, well, there's all this like, oh, this could be interesting. This could be interesting, and I think it shows the.
I don't think that.
But really, it is him.
No. I don't think his son got killed and he's going to help them. I don't think that is interesting. That's done 1,000 times. That's again, I'm going to talk about Home Alone again. That's the Home Alone, the old man up the street who's scary, but is a nice guy and helps him in the end. Like,
Well,
that's the same cliche.
This movie's been done too. It's The Burbs.
It's not The Burbs.
It's The Burbs.
Rich Summer's not in The Burbs.
Shitty Burbs movie.
You know what? Rich Summer does have like a. I don't know, man. He does. I think he could pull off like a Hanks style comedy.
I think he could pull off winning a hot dog eating contest.
I think Rich Summer could be in a remake of Big.
Yeah, he has an.
He could do that, but he has this like anger in him too. That's like, oh man.
Does he ever turn in Mad Men? Or no, that's the other guy that
What,
gets
into
goofy
a
and
kid?
scary. No, like he. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say.
No, he's always kind of like a craven asshole, like
Yeah.
who's all like who doesn't care about like anything except like his money that he's making and like that kind of like he's kind of whiny too, like, oh, it's a TV budget. We need a bigger TV budget.
I feel like he is in something else I can't think of, and I should have done my research before we recorded.
Summer of '84. That's it.
He's in that one.
He's
in
in
it.
it.
Killer.
Oh, God. No, I
Um,
think he helps him in the end.
So I did get asked.
He helps him
I
die.
did get asked because they kept referencing it. From my fiance, did you and your friends all talk about masturbating? And I said, oh, no.
No, that's weird.
That's not a real thing. I said, I did. My friends did not. I was the only one that was like, all right, I'm going to go jerk off now.
No, that's
See you
weird.
guys later. But no, I'm like, no, that's far-fetched. They do it an awful lot in this movie where they're all like, I'm going to go use this material. Oh, me too. And they all go off. I'm like, no, that's not.
No, that's weird. That's too horny.
I don't think people actually did that.
I'm trying to see what else he was in that I would know. He was in King
Wait,
Richard.
did
I didn't
we-
see it.
Did we talk about milk yet in life?
Like drinking milk?
How come they don't make 3%? Why does it only go to 2 and then it's like, oh, like it's like you want the other 98? Fucking here.
Yeah.
Why-
it's
why
an
is it
important
one-
conversation. He was in Glow.
No.
Did you watch Glow?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You love wrestling. Why wouldn't you watch a show about
It's
wrestling?
female wrestling. I don't give a fuck.
Oh
about
my
that. It's
God.
bad. It's bad wrestling. What it is.
Um,
Really, you're not gonna do this? We're not gonna do
about
this.
milk?
Why does it go to whole? Why is it the whole fucking thing? Why isn't it so much thicker? Why isn't it just cottage cheese when it's whole milk? It doesn't make any sense. What's the 2%? 2% of milk?
I'm gonna tell you something.
How much milk is in the original?
And here's the thing, and I think this is
Because when it
important.
comes out of cows, it's still liquid.
Here's the thing, okay? And the new name of our show. And I think this is important. I cannot care about this
Why?
because it doesn't matter.
Matters to
Why do you
me.
want? Okay.
See, this is why you're
How do they
selfish.
measure the percentage? How do you know
I don't
you're
know.
getting 2% and not 3?
I
How
don't
do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought we were on a journey.
Okay, well, the journey is you figure out how to measure milk fat, start testing your own jugs of milk, and you let me know.
I don't buy milk.
See, then it doesn't matter.
Well, matters to
Uh-huh.
someone. I
Not
would
you.
like to get down to the nitty gritty
Of the milk?
of the milk debate.
Of the
yeah,
milk.
that I'm starting.
Okay.
But do you think no one else? Because it could be purple. You know how like they all got colors like 1%
what I don't like?
green, 2% blue,
Yeah, around here.
and then whole is red.
No, it's different though. I've seen green 2%. It's bullshit.
Oh,
I don't like
where
it.
were you? Well, you want to talk about it?
Too
either.
far. No, it's at like Target or something. It's just like a different brand, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I fucked up.
I don't like it.
But then I get, you know what it is? Zach, I figured it out. There's
Oh,
only
good.
so many colors. There's only like 6 colors, right? And then the absence of
literal
color.
millions, millions of colors.
So, well, there's 6 primary.
No, there's 3 primary.
Oh, then there's the oddballs. That's 6.
Secondary.
Oh, yeah. So that's why they can only have so many. There's skim, 1, 2, whole, D, which is whole.
No, but D can be anything. It's
D-hole.
just added vitamin. D.
So we're missing 3 and 4. So I'm
and
right.
5
I'm
and
right.
6 and 7.
No.
I want to get 18%
Six-
milk.
6 colors, and we got 4 taken care of. We got room for 2 more.
I want-
3 and 4.
I want 18%. No, you don't need 3 and 4. You pick one. Pick 3 or 4, and then the other one is like 25.
I figured it out. You buy 1 and 2, and then you got yourself some 3, baby.
I think then you have 1.5.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
You're fucking up.
that's how they get you.
That's how they get me.
Well, it's a hot take.
No. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Is hot milk cheese?
No, it's just hot milk.
If you cook milk enough, it becomes cheese.
No, that's not how that works.
Put you to bed faster than warm milk.
Whoa, that's cheesy. It's like a big blanket of cheddar. If you had to sleep on a pillow made out of any cheese, what would you pick? Cottage?
Oh, it'd be so messy.
Cream?
You know why? Because I feel like I'd go American. You know why I go American?
Because you don't
'Cause
like
I
to be
feel like-
comfortable?
No one would bother you. They'd be like, "Oh man, that guy's sleeping on American cheese. He's a patriot."
No, I'd go
Let him sleep.
mozzarella.
Why?
Because it's soft, but not too soft. So it's comfortable, but it's not. It's still firm enough.
If I'm sleeping on a big thing of cheese, clearly
No, it's your pillow.
things haven't gone great for me. So
Oh, I
most
disagree.
Most likely, I'm in a vulnerable state. With American cheese, you could pick up that big bundle and beat the shit out of
I
someone.
think
who's
you
trying
got
to
it
steal
backwards,
your
my
stuff.
friend. You're living in the lap of luxury, sleeping on a cheese pillow.
Do they still make American cheese in the long bundles? Where they're
I
all
don't know.
sliced up.
Probably.
They're real long. Like they're like 184
Probably.
slices.
You want me to get you some?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah.
We used to get them when I was a kid in the 80s when no one cared.
When we were poor people and had to get American cheese in big sleeves.
I think it's better. I'm hot take.
Better than what?
Than little packets, because you had so much of it. And
Man, you got to eat it quick or it'll go bad.
First off, no, it won't. I've never seen expired American cheese.
Well, that's your fault.
Are we talking about a movie?
We're enemies.
Oh, that's fine.
I liked this movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I think you had a different take.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
That was the take. It's different than mine.
What are we doing next week? I have no idea.
Next week, we're going to watch an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Oh.
It's called Frenzy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like handsy.
No, not like that.
Like you're getting frenzy. Like it's when you're getting to be better friends.
Yeah, like us. That should be the name of the podcast. Here's the thing with frenzies.
Here's the thing with Frenzy and the Buck. You're Frenzy.
Bucky Breathtaker?
Yeah. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, it's because
he'll make you sweat.
a beaver murderer.
Because you're nervous.
Yeah.
We didn't do the tropes, dude.
No, we're doing them now.
Oh, I was trying to wrap the
I know you were, and we're doing tropes.
That we didn't do the tropes.
We got to do the tropes.
I gotta. Go.
That's right. Let's kick it off for me.
Hot dog.
Fingies?
No.
No?
What was it? What was his hot dog finger?
The photos of the victims on his wall.
I don't give it to
Of course that's it.
No.
Yeah, that's the tell. That's what gives him away.
Nah, that's just a quirk. That's just a character development. That's just some character backstory, you know?
It isn't.
It doesn't have to mean anything. It just got to be there.
It does,
Doesn't
though.
matter.
It does, though.
I go no.
Wow.
No. That's like saying, oh, he's got a knife. That's it.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
No, it isn't. Because he has a knife and he kills them, and then he takes a photo of them and hangs it in his living room.
Nah.
All right, that's a weird no.
Okay.
You're weird. Killer sends a letter to the press. Yeah.
No. When?
Did you watch this movie?
You gonna calm down there, little buddy?
No.
When did you do it?
That's the whole thing. That he fucking. So the main kid, Davey, he thinks there's a kid that's gone missing and a kid that went missing last summer, and he thinks they're connected and it's a serial killer, and everyone's like, you're crazy. And then his dad, the news reporter, gets a phone call that he overhears that says they got a letter from the killer.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
get to it. You don't got to be a little pansy about it.
You need to watch the movie.
All right. Well, kidnapping. Yeah.
I think we're going to do this one
'Cause he
again next
steals it.
week.
Because he steals that kid that's by the bathtub.
Yeah.
Because this is an actual.
And we see that happen, yeah.
And he steals Woody.
That's true. Both of them. Killer incites panic. Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
give it to it
there's
because
panic.
the kids are all
Yeah.
Well, and that one cop that shows up, he's like, "Yeah, you got a murder. You got to get home." Like,
Yeah. Officer Cole.
kind of did think it might have been him too. Like that was a
See?
weird. But I was like, dude, there's no way they're gonna make the one black guy in this movie the killer.
No, that'd be
Like,
rough.
That'd be a bold choice.
Yes, it would.
Insanity, no.
No, I didn't see any insanity.
No.
I mean, obviously there's something wrong with him, but
But
like,
If they would have, I think if they would have left it like, oh, maybe he doesn't know he's killer, yeah, then you give it to him. But no, he's openly like, yeah, you ruined my life. Like,
I love killing
kids. I'm a Terminator.
Yeah, because Terminators famously love killing kids.
That's why he hates when he ruined his life. He's like, you reprogrammed me.
I love killing. All right, number 6, Unleash the Hounds. Killer unites the community to search for him.
Yeah, because they do.
Yeah.
The kids.
The kids are the mafia in this one. Uncertain fate. We got an ambiguous ending.
I guess.
Very ambiguous.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens to him.
I mean, no, because we know he's coming back.
Maybe.
The moment he doesn't think he is, that's when he is.
Maybe.
I mean, like, here, okay, so you're the killer. You're just getting your annual checkup.
Your murder's in.
You find out you got cancer. Are you just like, oh fuck,
no.
I want, like, what if he's not ready? What if he hasn't forgotten? Like, I gotta rush this now.
Oh, so you're saying you're the victim and
No. You're the killer.
Oh, okay.
You're watching him the rest of your life, apparently. So you can't really move too far away.
So it's like a Saw scenario.
Yeah, he's got to monitor him
Because that's
constantly.
Because that's what Saw is about.
Well, no.
A guy gets cancer and then decides to kill a bunch of people.
He doesn't decide to kill it because it's cancer. He's like, oh no, I have to expedite the situation because now I'm going to die sooner.
Oh, I better kill him.
Fuck. I better, I got to hit him in the head with a pipe so he forgets. Then he thinks he's okay, and then he kills him.
Here's what I would
do. With a pipe.
If I'm the killer and I make that speech to my victim, to the guy who revealed me, I would then go on about my life. I would go relocate, change my name, whatever, become someone new, and then I would never think about that kid again and just let him live his life thinking I was coming for him always.
Do you think that's what he's going to do?
I don't know. I think that's what I would do. Because it's worse.
What's he going to do? Live there where everyone's looking for him?
Right, exactly. But the kid doesn't have to, the kid doesn't have to have a logical thought about it because it is just so illogical and terrifying.
You pull a haiku and you pull out his eyes.
Yeah, both of them.
The wrestler, you see. No.
And I wouldn't see after I pull my eyes out.
Yeah, he gets away.
Let me ask you this.
It's Free Bird.
He's a cop.
Yeah.
Does he catch himself?
I mean, no.
Oh.
What are you doing with this? No. He doesn't.
You're sure? Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Mostly.
I said yes to Freebird.
I mean, are we going to do the Kaiser Sose again?
Oh, he's gone.
Under arrest. Oh no.
Now,
I didn't see you coming.
What if Two-Face from Batman the Animated Series had played the killer in this movie?
Oh, he would have kept telling on himself.
And the Harvey Dent side is a cop, and the kid is the only one that's but that other evil half of his face.
No. No. It's not the Two-Face side. It's not the bad guy side. That's the thing. He's a bad cop, and he's good at his job.
No.
And the whole time, the kid thinks it's
the evil side, but it's the good
really
side.
The good side is doing it. Yeah. All right, killer's perspective. I don't remember it.
No, I didn't get a killer's perspective.
Well, so this got 6 out of 9.
7 out of 9.
So yeah, it ranked pretty high.
I can't believe you didn't give the pictures the hot dog thingies.
It's not.
How? I don't get it.
Because it's not like the telltale sign. Like everyone isn't like, oh, that's it. Like people, no one knows about the pictures but him, and then later that kid.
Well, right,
so it's
but
not
that's
his,
the thing that
it's
reveals
not his
it.
signature.
It is his signature.
Where like an M,
they just
everyone's
don't know
like,
it yet.
that hot dog, man.
Or the Clovitch killer, everyone knows the knot is there. So just because you're saying because they haven't connected it yet.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a little secret with him.
That's fair. I guess that's reasonable. I guess I don't hate you.
Well, American Psycho didn't have one, right?
No. No, I said his obsession with the music thing, but then his obsession with status.
You know what the difference is? Even though you could say the same thing about that one, about the status, music, pop culture, whatever, that is shared and expressed in the movie, and we don't actually see him add the pictures in it per killing. You know what I'm saying? It's still private.
We do see the addition of the main kid's photo as he's the next victim.
However, I'm just saying the difference between American Psycho is that's what it's all about. If this was all about adding photos or photography or whatever.
I think the difference is they're two different movies. That's the main difference for me.
Now,
but I don't know about you.
I think you cast Wayne as Patrick Bateman.
Okay.
But he's working out a lot, but he's still his same
still
shape.
A little pudgy.
No, not a little. He's still in.
Yeah.
He's still in his shape.
Yeah.
I could do 1,000 setups. No, you can't.
Wayne.
But he's doing them really bad.
Struggling. It's like me doing them. God, imagine me as American Psycho.
I do.
Imagine me in that
Have you ever flexed? You ever flexed in the mirrors?
No, I don't own a mirror.
Oh.
Never seen myself. Am I beautiful?
Beautiful.
Oh, well, this is bullshit. All right, so next week we're going to watch an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Frenzies.
You didn't like this one.
No, it's shitty.
That's a bummer.
For you.
I think you would have liked it better if we hadn't just watched Clovitch Killer, because Clovitch Killer is a better movie with a very similar vibe.
No.
I think if we watched this before Clovitch Killer, you like this better.
No, I probably just would have liked Glove Hitch Killer less.
Really?
If I watched this one first. Because it would have just felt redundant and in bed.
Glove Hitch Killer was good.
No, that one's good.
That was a good movie.
Dad?
We should talk about that on our show.
Oh, wait. I'm thinking of Little Giants. Dad? Dad! When he runs the touchdown. That should have been the...
And the annexation of Puerto Rico or whatever.
Yeah. No, that wasn't it. That was right before the annexation of Puerto Rico. But no, that would have been great if he came with a football twirling it instead of a rifle. Dad? All right.
And then he just drills him with a football instead of shooting him.
No, he acts like he's going to, but then doesn't.
He gives it to
and
the
then
dad.
the dad hits him with a football.
Yeah. Ow, Dad!
Very different ending. Then the dad realizes it's not lethal, then strangles him.
Gotta choke this little fuck. Got some monkey stuff to do.
Please recut this.
I don't know how to.
Whoa!
No. That's terrible. I hate you. All right. Well,
thanks for listening, everybody. Tell your friends. Tell them we're all suckers. Tell them we're all our own gods in our own universe. Bucky Breathtaker here for one announcement. Get in there, boy.
be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we do, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us online at KeystoneCopycats.com. We're at Keystone Copycats on Instagram and Facebook, and at Keystone Copycat on Twitter. If you got something to say, you can email us at KeystoneCopycats@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 513-239-7682. Oh, and until next time, I'm going to be Zach, and he's going to be Buggy Breathtaker.
I'll make you sweat.